So I pulled my accordion apart, and as you can see, it's come apart quite well. So these are the bellows, and you sort of squeeze these, and this is the treble side. I'll show you a bit more of that in a sec, but it makes these levers go. It opens like holes in the thing, and then see this is what I was saying about it being kind of like a massive harmonica. So you've got all these reeds, and you can actually, hold on. You can actually like play it like a harmonica if you really wanted to. And you can blow into the reeds and suck, and there are different reeds for blow and suck. But yeah, that's basically what the accordion is, just a massive harmonica. The bass side's probably the most interesting at this moment. So I pulled this out apart, and I pulled the buttons out, and just loads of these things came out. And look, it's got all these little levers, and this is like nearly 100 years old. Like, you know, it's got all these little levers to control which combination of notes makes the appropriate chord for this button press. And it's just incredible. It's just amazing. Seems like a shame to put it apart, but I did anyway. So what I'm doing is I'm putting these like electrical switches in instead. And there are 60 unique electrical switches. So I'm soldering wires to these 60 first. And they're all going to go onto, hang on a sec, onto this circuit board here. I've got and ultimately it will all connect to this Raspberry Pi machine here. I'm just running a test program for some of the circuitry at the moment. And here are some bits that I got from the Farnell catalogue. So these are, these are multiplexers, and they're going to help basically choose which data line, which address line to address. And we've got demultiplexers, and hang on, the demultiplexer helps me choose which data line we're getting data from, and the multiplexer helps select which data line to actually receive data from. I'll kind of go over these with a diagram, and I need a few transistors and bits like that for because some of the logic isn't quite what I want. These are from the 80s actually. It's ridiculous, really old school stuff. And I've got loads of these Veriboard things. They've got like copper strips on the back. There's this new stuff called padboard, where they haven't got the strips, and you kind of have to make strips out of solder. But I don't know, there's some newfangled thing, but I don't know, I think I'm quite old school. Got the, what's it called? Yeah, this is the airflow sensor. That's going to measure the air velocity in the bellows. Smaller than I thought, and it's got some funny connector in. That outputs a voltage, which I'm going to convert using this analog to digital converter. I've got a couple. I get two of everything because I'll probably burn it all with the soldering iron. I've burnt half the things on this desk with my soldering iron. I can't remember how to solder. Got loads of wires and bits. This is the ribbon cable. That's going to go, and it's going to go through the bellows, and carry data and to and from the bass side of the accordion. And it's a 10-way ribbon, so we're going to need power, ground, 3 address select, 3 data select, enable and one data bit, and what it's going to do, it's going to scan each switch one at a time. It's really quick. It'll do each one in a few nanoseconds. But yeah, I'll go through some of the circuitry sort of later. I won't bore you all. Well, that's it really. It's kind of, and oh yeah, I've got this. It's a big bit of copper. I got these switches initially for the treble side. And they were relatively cheap, but they're just tiny. I couldn't really do anything with them. They're tiny little switches. So I thought instead of that, I'll just get this big bit of copper, chop it up, and like put the switches, you know, strategically in underneath the keys there, and that'll be the treble side, and it'll scan the treble side and then the bass side. But yeah, I mean, it's not too bad actually. I've got all the circuitry figured out, and I'll do another video with all of that kind of stuff in. But yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a project. I didn't really intend to do this, but you know, all I want to do is play the accordion really. But these are the things really, you know, I want to be able to play it quietly without, you know, causing World War III. So yeah, I mean, I was pretty happy with these switches actually. They just fitted perfectly. I actually bought these before I got the accordion to pull apart. But yeah, they're perfect fit. So these should be pretty good. But yeah, I'll give you an update. So that's where I am. I kind of feel obliged to give these updates for some reason. But I think this will be pretty good once it's finished. And it's not, you know, I've got all the logic figured out. So it's just a matter of soldering and mostly doing all the physical fiddly stuff. There are a few other things. I need to build an amplifier at some point. That's not really my thing. I'm mainly a digital kind of guy, and even then I I haven't done it any electronics for yonks, but I'll give it a go. So in for a penny, in for a pound, and let you all know how I get on. Cheers guys.